Hey guys, it's me, JShaw71. Just thought I would talk to you for a minute about something that's already happened, and really, I don't know why I hadn't made this video earlier. Probably about a year ago, right? The Last of Us multiplayer was basically canceled. Um, it still bugs me. I mean, they spent like 3-4 years on this thing before they even began development on The Last of Us Part 2. And for all that time and money to be wasted, time, money, and effort, it really still bugs me. And I'm not even a big Last of Us fan. A while ago, like a month or two ago, I think it was, a bit of another concept, a piece of concept art, more or less a screenshot or a mock-up of like an interior home. A home's interior was like found, I think possibly through a data dive, or I don't know how it surfaced on the internet, but it was there. And somebody's like, oh, well, how about I kind of do a little fake HUD or GUI. A GUI is game user interface, I believe, to indicate what this might have been for. So he did. And then that kind of like made me think, what if it wasn't just like a regular, what if it wasn't just like an image, like a menu before matches? What if it was actually a small environment like in No Return, where you can prep for the next mission and then launch whatever mission you want to go on, whatever location, spawning in a different spot than everyone else would have maybe. And then just tonight, I'm like, well, what if you could use like a telescope or some other visual aid to scout out the place ahead of time? Like set personal markers, set group markers, get a lay of the land, so to speak, depending on the time. And then I thought, instead of the standard circle closing in on you, what if the cordyceps spore wave or whatever is carried on the winds? What if it's like random? And what if it came in through like the windows, not just like typically like a wall, circular wall, but like what if it actually like came in like the vents, the windows, the doors, while you're close by it and you can see it actually spread? And was that 4 hands? What if like either maybe before and during, like there's like random spots that have already been taken over by the cordyceps fungus, and like depending on where you go, you might get exposed to it. Like you open a random door to a house or a garage to loot something, or a business, and there's already cordyceps growth inside of it. And what if they were wandering monsters, infected, or possibly even like WLF members or Firefly members or Fedra members that are aggressive towards you, or maybe you could like get them on your side depending on what side you're playing and how your standing is. I know this is a lot of like what if on a game that died like a year ago, but I have to admit that one image sent me down this rabbit hole of ideas, thoughts, plans, wishes, hopes for a game that's not going to be released. Fun times. But I just thought I would talk about that. I don't, I really would have loved to be a fly on the wall during that, like when both Bunge and Hiroki Totoki, which is the president of Sony Japan, if you don't know, Sony Computer Entertainment of Japan, I believe, played The Last of Us multiplayer mode, Last of Us 2 multiplayer. I would have loved to have gotten more of an insight, and I don't think Hiroki himself would be under an NDA because he's the freaking president of Sony Computer Entertainment of Japan. But he might be, but I doubt it. Not Naughty Dog. Bungie, on the other hand, probably is under a NDA from Naughty Dog, but I kind of wish they weren't. But I also think that Bungie gave Naughty Dog false fear in like, oh, this is too expensive, you won't be able to support this. You'd have to do this, and you'd have to do this, and you'd have to basically told them everything they wanted to basically have the project killed because possibly they may have found something or saw something or just didn't want competition in the multiplayer space, which is very wrong. But I get why they would do that. I just don't understand why Naughty Dog would listen to them. I would have listened to Hiroki more than I would have Bungie, who's struggling to hold up their multiplayer mode right now, and is probably going to end it soon because of the microtransactions that they're forcing on the players, have been forcing on the players for the past 6 months or so. So it's just kind of like, not damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I don't think Naughty Dog should have listened to Bungie. I would have rather wanted to get Hiroki's word on it, and would have probably told Bungie to F off, because while they do have a multiplayer mode, it's struggling. It's been struggling from what I've heard. And I just don't get why they listen to Bungie over Hiroki Totoki. That's one of the worst things you probably could have done. You listen to your competition instead of the head of the freaking PlayStation, PlayStation of Japan. Wow, that's just stupid, guys. And I think maybe to an extent Bungie was correct, but the question is, to what extent were they correct in saying that you can't support this, that it's too much? For 4 or 5 years or so, all that time, money, and effort wasted on one company's currently companies struggling to support their own online version, their own online mode. I would have just put it online for like an open beta and see what kind of draw they would have gotten, what kind of feedback they would have gotten, what issues they would have addressed during any technical issues, any issues whatsoever. I'm like, and I know I'm way, way, way late to the party. The party's over. The party's being cleaned up. It's everyone's left. Everyone's, and I know, excuse the euphemism, or whatever the word is I'm looking to use at the moment. But like, I get it. It's done. It's over. It's probably not going to see the light of day except for an internal leak or another or internal release, or an internal or an external, like another leak, another data breach from someone. And I kind of wish that happens again, just so we could have seen what The Last of Us 2 multiplayer would have been like, if anything else. But that's just me. What do you guys think about this? I know you've probably mostly moved on, and I'm not really even a Last of Us fan that much. I mean, it's like, it's a good game. In my opinion, it's good, because it kind of takes from different ideas, which is understandable. I mean, you get inspiration from a lot of different things, but I don't know. I still care about the idea. Still care that the game stopped development based on a competitor's point of view, not a freaking head of Sony Computer Entertainment of Japan, not based off of anything internal that was happening, that they wouldn't be able to support it actually themselves if they knew it. But I still would have rather them try than cancel it. And I know everybody would be like, oh, well, there'd be tons of microtransactions. There wasn't that many microtransactions in the first Factions mode. There might have been more, because would have been a bigger project, and I would have probably paid for some um, cosmetic skins for my weapons, my characters' clothes, new outfits, but nothing functional. Like nothing that gave me an advantage over anyone else. Not that I'm good at online shooters, mind you, but I'm just saying. That's just my point of view. What's your point of view? I know you guys probably already moved on from this, but I feel like I still gotta talk about it. Bring it up at least once, because I don't think I did earlier, though I forgot to check my library, my uploads. But anyways, I know I've not uploaded in a while either. I'm sorry about that. Anyone who's stuck around for all this time, these 15, 16 years, thank you very much for waiting for my slow ass to do anything. Especially even something as simple as a blog, I have trouble doing on a regular basis, which I don't even know why. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I hope you guys are doing well. Comment down below. Would you have played it? What were you expecting? What have you heard? Were you sad that it got canceled? Were you happy that it got canceled? Do you even care about The Last of Us? I kind of do. It's a good game. Um, it just bothers me that the multiplayer mode was canceled. Anyways, thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.